Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you to the chairwoman for yielding me some time. As a representative of New York City, I'm all too familiar, unfortunately, with this situation. Quite frankly, this is a problem that was created by two people. First, our president, who decided it was a good idea to open our borders and allow millions of individuals to come in without the proper vetting, without knowing exactly what their intentions are. Some, yes, are applying for asylum, but they should still be doing so through the proper channels. They should be doing so from the next safe country, not coming to the southern border. But with that said, we look at court documents and we see that roughly 60% of those individuals are having those court cases denied by under this administration, which tells you that the majority of people coming over our southern border are not legitimate asylum seekers. Secondly, the problem in New York City, I blame my mayor, Mayor Eric Adams, because he is misinterpreting New York City's right to shelter law. That was a court decree under Mayor Ed Koch that was agreed to address the issue of homeless New Yorkers. It was always intended to provide support and housing for homeless New Yorkers, citizens of New York, not individuals who just strolled over the border last week. By the mayor's logic, think about this, mayor's logic that everyone in New York City is entitled to shelter whether they're a citizen or not, if all 6 million people who came over to our border came to New York City, they would be entitled to free shelter. If 8 billion people on the planet came to New York City, they would be entitled to free shelter. Clearly, that's nonsensical, the mayor's interpretation. So the mayor has now resorted to using all sorts of facilities meant for our citizens, including our children, to be used to house these migrants. Now, first of all, I think it's clear, and I see that there's bipartisan opposition to schools and their gymnasiums being taken away from children who suffered under COVID. They lacked physical education, they lacked socialization, and now to take away their gym for this housing is absolutely ridiculous. The mayor has reversed course on that after there was so much opposition from the people in the city of New York. But he's still using old schools, facilities that are supposed to be, let's say, they were previously Catholic schools and they've closed. They were perhaps going to use those facilities to make them now public schools. And that has now stopped because the mayor is choosing instead to house migrants in those old schools. And now the greatest plan, or I should say the most ridiculous plan we've heard to date, is now he's going to use taxpayer money to pay New Yorkers to house individuals in their homes. And of course, we're talking about billions of dollars a year that now the hardworking taxpayer who's getting pummeled in New York City, all right? Property taxes are increasing year after year. People can't afford their own rent. They can't afford their own roofs. And he's saying you got to pay for individuals who cross into our country illegally. It's a disgrace. And we should be stopping it and make sure not another federal dollar, not a penny goes to fund the expansion of this program. And the mayor needs to comply with the actual laws and tell the president to secure the border and stop this nonsense.